depends on the dog. It depends on how much training and time you want to spend training them. I don't know as much about different breeds and what dogs are going to be easier to train, but I've heard both sides of the story. We have dachshunds, and they ain't a chance you're going to train them. I don't care what you do or how long they're around chickens. Yeah, you're just not gonna train them. But there are certain dogs. I mean, I do have a customer of ours that had a dachshund that she was able to train, but you ain't gonna train mine. Do I?
Well, they fight, they play.
Oh, yes.
Depends on the breed, but the dachshunds, yeah. The dachshunds that we have, yeah, they just, I mean, they spend all day. They can't get out of their pen, but they spend all day. And the chickens, a lot of times, will taunt them, and they'll go right up to the fence. And there's been one or two that didn't make it, but I mean, they'll, yeah. That
doesn't always work.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't always work. It does work in some cases, but again, it's
the best training aid that I found, because buff orphans aren't good for it because they're a very docile breed. I went down to one of the flea markets and asked for the meanest hens that they had, and it was the fighting breeds. And as soon as one of them had babies, all I did was walk the dog towards it, and she knocked 100-pound Pyrenees up over their back. She hit it so hard, and that cured my chicken problem with the Pyrenees.
Anybody else?
I didn't hear anybody talk about this, but we have a coop that Josh made that's a little bit larger than the smallest one he has there, and it's perfect size to put on our garden bed, so whenever I'm done with the bed for the season, I can pull everything out and put the coop over it, let the chickens scratch through it, get ready for planting. And as I've had them on the ground and I'm learning, I'll leave the chickens in one spot on the grass, sometimes in the shade, for 3 or 4 days, and they'll eat all the grass and the weeds. And what I've been thinking about doing is trying to plant more like native grasses. So in other words, after the chickens have done, they've scratched up an area, I'll move the coop and then plant grass seed, like buffalo grass, and then water it in to get it started. Yeah. And I didn't hear anybody talk about that. That's one of the advantages.
That's one of the benefits of having the tractor design where they're mobile. Not only will they fertilize the yard and eat the grass down, those kind of things, but they're also great for the garden. Natural fertilizer. When you're done with the crop, they'll eat everything to ground level. I've got some small pens that we keep our goats in as well that will move over the garden, and they do the same thing. And they can clean up a 50 by 50 garden in about a week. There won't be a weed or anything left after about a week. The chickens take longer. If you're in between growing seasons on certain crops, they're good for smaller areas and for your aisles. The smallest one we have is our new mini coop model, and it's perfect if you've got aisles that are less than 3 feet wide. You roll it right down the aisles, and they'll eat all the grass and everything back all the way down the ground level. If you leave them long enough, they'll even scratch up most of the roots and things as well.
What about table scraps? Like
we feed ours everything.
I mean, like noodles.
Yeah, I mean, some folks discourage even feeding them meat and things, but to me, it's the protein to the bird, and I mean, they'll eat it just readily as they'll eat the noodles or lettuce or anything else.
Like I have a loaf of bread the other day.
Oh yeah, they'll devour that loaf of bread in probably about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on how many chickens you have. Yeah, they love scraps, and it cuts down again on your feeding costs. Anything you can feed them naturally, even putting a bag of grass out. If you've just cut the grass and you've got it in the bagger, giving them a bag of grass to scratch through. They'll go through it in a couple hours and eat everything they want to eat out of that bag of grass and mix it in with fertilizer at the same time. I wouldn't recommend using it very thick as a bedding material because it will mold real quickly unless you leave it on the grass and let it dry as a hay for.
You just have to be careful what your grass has been sprayed with.
Yeah.
If you're feeding it to the chickens.
Yeah, definitely if you're spraying any pesticides or things, you may not want to feed it to the chickens.
Our compost bucket right now, our barrel has been growing a lot of maggots and things in it, just because I think it's a little too moist, so we can deal with that issue maybe. So when our chickens are big enough to be eating table scraps, can we take some of that compost stuff out, throw it down? Are our maggots actually okay for them to eat, or will it?
Yeah, compost and they start finding the beetles and maggots and all the things in it, they'll scratch through that compost pile and basically turn it over for you every day. Digging through it to find the bugs.
You just have to have good sides because they'll just spread
Yeah,
over the
they'll
whole
spread
lawn.
it everywhere.
Another thing that we do is I pick up roadkill, cats, dogs,
You can't do it in the
coons.
city.
I know you can't do it in the city, but we're talking about country. And I stick them in like a potato sack, and as the maggots start, the maggots will fall on the ground, and the chickens just live under it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That's
you can't do that in the city.
disgusting.
Do you know offhand, did you have housefly maggots, or did you have something that was larger, looked like a little segment?
I've had both. I've had
No,
I think both.
Well,
Maybe more
I did some research because
Might have grubs.
of my composting and then worm composting, and black soldier fly larvae, they're not maggots per se, but for all intents and purposes, they're gross. to us.
Yes.
But they tend to be around the outside of a compost pile, and they're a small brown segmented worm. They're usually lighter in color. And the soldier flies don't transmit any known human diseases, unlike house flies. And there's a website called Black Soldier Fly Blog, I think that's it, where essentially people are taking their food scraps and restaurant waste and allowing soldier flies to eat that, and they're harvesting that to feed to anything from like lizards, people who keep a lot of snakes or pets, and then also as chicken feed. The flies themselves are supposed to produce a bacteria before they go into cocoon that actually makes them, in all essence, sterile. So they're very safe to use if you learn how to farm them as a source for your food, for your animals. Thanks.
Where can you get mealworms?
Same thing, you can learn how to grow those. If you look online, you can find recipes. Mealworms don't grow quite as quickly as soldier flies, and soldier flies are essentially around everywhere, so you don't have to pay for any startup costs.
Yeah, and I know there are some of the pet stores that carry them. I couldn't tell you which ones, but I know I've seen them in pet stores for sure.
There's a refrigerator. They'll have mealworms in a refrigerator. Tomlinson's, PetSmart, any of those. They're expensive, and I heard that there was a shortage. I was looking for them a few months ago, and they were having trouble stocking them. But yeah, if you can get some started, you just grow your own. And there was somebody on Ostex Poultry that was raising them and offering the surplus. So you might follow Ostex Poultry.
if you free range the chickens during the day, does having the coop mobile mean you have to kind of retrain them to come back?
No. Generally, he was asking if you let them free range with the mobile coop, you have to retrain them to go back to the coop. Generally speaking, no. As long as you're not moving it from this side of the yard to that side of the yard.
Okay.
If you're moving it, the way they're designed is so that you can leave during the day and leave them in the coop, and they can free range in the area that you have for them. As far as the number of birds, we based ours on square footage, 4 square feet of floor space per bird. But as long as you're moving them no more than about 20 feet or so, and they're used to that being home and going in there to lay their eggs and roost at night, then they'll come back during